We back up in this bitch.
If they wanted to take it outside in the parking lot, the ex-wife and her homegirl would have been well within her right to put a little beat down on the mistress.
Oh my
Oh,
God, I just want to get on this mic and talk to my girl.
We still got some fucking ninjas out here that don't know no
hmm
better.
How dare you? You think that it's appropriate to take a woman, a young woman who is still a minor, and put her in front of the congregation to apologize?
Him, he just a ninja. I mean, he was cheating from the door. She said it. He didn't give a shit about nobody but himself.
we might find out some shit tomorrow that we had no idea. So I'm just gonna sit and wait.
Listen, something don't smell right to me, but I'm going to mind my business. But I'm not because I want to know what y'all think.
So stop acting like, oh, we're not taking handouts. Bitch, you are a handout. You taking our money.
Hey, hey,
Bitch,
hey,
you
welcome
are
to
a
Three Aunties
handout.
and a Mic. The podcast about grown folks ish. I am your girl, V with the T. I have with me weekday with the everyday drama and Miss Bookworm with the read. What's up, ladies?
Hey, hey,
Hey,
Hey.
hey.
what's up?
So, what's going on? Listen. It's been a long week.
And it's
It's been a
only
long week. It ain't but Tuesday. We
that's
recording
it.
this podcast on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Listen. But I'm here with my girls. We about to have some fun tonight. What is going on? What's up with you, weekday?
irritated, but that was another story. Just getting online. Um, it's been crazy. It's been a week. I mean, the week started yesterday. I thought I've been working with this website trying to get it up and running, and today I lost the website. All that work. Thank God I got it back, and I didn't have to do as much work to get it back up and running. But
Oh
it was
my
not fun.
goodness.
Yeah, that was like torture. And then last night, I've been on the website working on it for the last couple, probably a week and a half, and my dog comes crying and screaming as he's coming through the door into the house, and it's like, I guess his leg is hurting, but they can't talk to you, so you don't know what the fuck is wrong. So he's crying, screaming, hiding under the bed. So of course it's after 6 o'clock, and the vet is gone.
Ugh.
So I had to call for emergency. So I get to the emergency hospital, and she's like, whatever. They said they don't know. He might have got stung or by something or twisted his ankle, twisted his leg or
Oh.
whatever. Okay, so I'm like, okay, he was kind of laboring there. But girl, when I went to go pay the bill, $310.50 later, with me not knowing really what's wrong with him. This heifer, this is what I just want to give y'all a understanding of why I look at that little digital display when you tap your stuff and they ask you questions and things like that, because you don't want to miss out on that. Because last time I had to do that, I had to tell the girl at Dick's Sporting Goods that she sucked, and she was trying to pass through it before I could say dissatisfied. So I look up and it says $2. I said, "What's this $2 for?" She said, "Oh, sometimes when you tap it, it just goes and puts this $2." No, bitch, it don't supposed to go to this $2. It's extra $2. I done gave you $310.50 goddamn cents of my hard earned. You talking about $2? She said, "Well, it's supposed to go for a donation." Did I ask or offer to donate to anything? She said, "Well, no." She said, "Do you want the money back?" You're fucking right. I want that goddamn money back. I don't care if it was 2 cents. How dare you put that and have
Assume.
that just slide through in the transaction that people are not going to pay attention to? So that's really what things I want to let you guys know. Please watch that display. I watch it every time I go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls. It comes, it prompts you for questions. I notice at the damn post office, every time I want to say I want them to email my receipt, they don't slip by it. No, that's not your job. Your job is to wait for me to finish my transaction. And if I want to enter in my email address to get my receipt, it is my right. That's what it is. But they go and press through it. No, 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 no. But that is something I just want to give everybody a heads up. She slid in that donation. I
Sure
said, find
did.
my money. And she said, oh, it's going to take a couple. I don't give a shit if it takes 4 weeks. I want my $2 back. Girl, you know they wanted to talk about me like a dog. I said, I dare you. Because I would shut this motherfucker down. They have to call the
all the
cops.
way.
The cops would be like, somebody in your wallet giving her $2 because she get ready to show her ass. Yes, I would have. Now, of course, I spent $310.50. But still, that extra $2 was not something planned. And if I decide I want to give a donation, it is up to me. Don't you slide that in. So FYI, everybody watch
Yeah.
that. Watch those
Ooh,
displays because
that's
it's very
scam
important.
behavior.
Yep.
That's like,
So that's pretty
here in
much it.
Atlanta. Yeah, and here in Atlanta, they add gratuity to almost every check. I don't care if it's one
Oh
person
yeah.
at the table, two-person at the table. I don't care if you coming in and do
Mm-hmm.
takeout. They add in gratuity
Mm-hmm.
to your check automatically. And then what they'll
Sure
do is
do.
when they give you the receipt to sign, it has gratuity options. And if you're not paying attention, you'll be then gave another percentage to that already 18 or 20% that they've already
Mm-hmm.
tacked onto your bill.
Sure
So
will.
yeah, I mean, you definitely got to pay attention to what you're doing
Yeah.
when you're checking out, because the way they got this stuff lined up now, you just giving away money. It's
That's
Yep.
ridiculous.
it. That's it. And in this economy, no one has any
Nope.
money to give away. Shit, I don't even
Not a
have no more
dime.
volunteer blood to give away after they done sued my ass for $215. And
That's
don't
like they
think I
did
ain't
for
gonna
you.
talk about this every goddamn chance I get. But nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so it's just a lesson.
What's the
All I'm saying is a lesson learned because guess what? I didn't want to spend the
Yeah.
$310 because 208. Let me clear, $280 of it was emergency room.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Just
it was
like people.
emergency room. So yeah. So
Damn.
what's
watch the
going on with
receipts.
you?
Watch what you're spending.
That's the
Yes,
truth.
definitely.
That's the truth.
What's up with you,
Uh,
bookworm?
Oh, nothing much and much of nothing. So I'm gonna yield my time to say that at this recording, it is National Banned Book Week. Okay, so by the time
Mhm.
this you'll see this, it might have passed, but nonetheless, I just want to pass on some things and throw some stats your way this time. The theme this year is censorship is so 1984. Read for your rights. I thought that was so dope. I thought
I
that
love
that was
it.
perfect for what's going on right now in, in our time in politics and our world and everything when censorship is being challenged and we're really the First Amendment. So I just wanted to say that when they do it during a school year. So the 2024-25 school year is where these are from. And this year was the third highest number of books that were challenged this year. And since the American Library Association began tracking in 1990, but they have been banning books, forever and a day. But now there's heavy tracking and things of that nature. So there were 821 attempts to censor and 2,452 attempts to remove. Okay. And I know most of this won't come as any surprise, but about 80% of these bans originate in 3 states. And we already know one state is Florida, the other one
Mhm.
is Texas, and it's
Texas.
Tennessee.
Mhm.
And Tennessee.
Mhm.
So Florida is the number one state. They have challenged this school year so far or attempted to ban just in the state of Florida 2,304 books.
That is
And in
ridiculous.
and Texas is right behind them trying to attempt to ban uh 1,781 books, and then Tennessee 1,622. Now, if you remember a few episodes ago, we were talking about the literacy rate and all of that. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Now, the top 10 books of 2024, I'm going to tell you which one is number three. Again, The Bluest Eye, Toni Morrison. She has been on the list since March 1999. And that
Yeah,
list
that is
started
crazy.
in Baker City, at Baker City High School in Baker City, Oregon. So
I
we
mean,
see where that started. It's crazy. It's crazy. So Stephen King is the most banned author in the United States schools. Stephen King. And the most banned book titles, the one that hold the most, is one called A Clockwork Orange. And get this, Wicked. Yup. Wicked. The one where everybody's going to the Broadway plays and the movies and things like that. Guess what else is on the list? Forever by Judy Blume, who happens to be my favorite childhood author, who currently tops the list at 6 titles on the list, starting with Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret,
Amen. Oh
Forever.
my goodness.
And uh Deanie. Oh gosh, there's so many. And the reasons are crazy. There's also the most commonly banned books: The Color Purple, The Great Gatsby, I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings, Lord of the Flies, Of Mice and Men. And I just read that a month and a half ago for the third time. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, To Kill a Mockingbird, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, 1984, and The Catcher in the Rye. Ain't that some shit? And the
girl.
list keeps growing and growing. Now, out of the top 10, number one with 39 challenges is All Boys Aren't Blue. George M. Johnson is the author. And we already know where those challenges lie. So that's the crazy part. So I encourage you, if you are a reader or if you frequent Barnes and Noble, they usually have a section for banned books. Grab a book and then donate it. I go through, I recycle books all the time. I buy books that I know I'm never going to read, and I take them, and if you see around, they have like these little boxes, and they're take a book, the free book, the little libraries that people might have in their yards at different places. So I carry a bag of books in my car, and I just drop them off at little libraries that I see random or whatever like that. So that's on the banned books. I want to also send a shout out, since we're on the banned books. Solange has a digital book library. Okay, Solange Knowles. It's called the St. Huron Community Library. Her digital library consists of black and brown literary works, renowned and modern artists. These books can be borrowed by readers for 45 days free of cost to any US based community. And there's about 65 titles available, and it's borrowed on the honor system. Now I went on there and every damn book is borrowed, and this just came to light, but I looked through it. It's really really good. A lot of it is could be poems. There's a couple of books that have paintings and art and creative. Judith Jameson is one of the books she has. That's probably checked out, but that's a really dope thing to look into if you like to read. But shout out to Shalon's for that. And my last piece from Miss Bookworm is Reading Rainbow is coming back and has a new
Yes,
host.
I
So,
saw that. Why am
yes.
I so excited about that?
Oh, I
I'm
think we
so
all are. I
excited.
don't I think it's going to be more of us in our generation that's going to tune in. Matter of fact, it did release. By the time you hear this, it had already been released, but I think Saturday on YouTube. The new host's name is Michael Three. I don't want to mess up his name, so pardon me. Threets. I think that's how it's pronounced, Michael Threets. It's a new digital format. He happens to be a library evangelist. So it's going to be the same mission, which is, take a look. It's in a book. So the original ran, of course, with LeVar Burton for 26 years. Damn, I didn't realize that it ran for that long. So episode one premiered last Saturday, October 4th, and you can find it on the YouTube channel Kids Zuku. KIDZUKO. And that's it. That's my time.
Wow, very informative. Yeah, thank you for that.
Yep.
That being list, I mean,
It's
I'm like, what's up
crazy.
with freedom of speech? I should be able to write a book about whatever the hell I want to write a book about. And how dare you tell me that my book cannot be put in, like, why are we banning all
Schools.
these damn
Mm-hmm.
books? I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand. And to
History.
me, the more you do it, the more people are going to be intrigued to read them. So
Yep.
if
History.
you just left it alone, half the books wouldn't even get read.
I'm so glad that I live in a state and in a school district that you see of Mice and Men is on the challenge booklet.
Hmm.
My daughter had to read that as of going into her freshman year of high school. She had to read that over the summer. Now, it is a very hard read. So I was like, oh, I read that in high school. I said, let me I'm interested, let me read it. And I read it for the second time and I forgot the ending in it. I was like, oh my god. But stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Charlotte's Web is on there.
Hmm.
And that started
It's been on
because
there
they
for
felt
years.
as though it was unrealistic about talking animals and how it's death. Charlotte's Web. Oh my goodness. And if you just take a peek at the list, and out of 100 of them, maybe 50 of them have been turned into movies, successful movies and TV shows. And I'm like, what? I was so shocked. And I am every year when I go through that list and I see what's on there. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding. And you
Wow.
can see what the reasons are too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Awful.
Woo.
Hmm.
So all right, well, let's get into the show. There's a lot going on this week. But my before we get into that, before we get into V with the T, I do have a question for y'all. Y'all know I've been doing that this season. So my question
I
of the
love it.
week is I
Hmm.
was listening. There was I think he was on a podcast, this guy recently, and he said that he can't chill with someone that cheats on their significant other. Like, he's not a cheater, so he's not trying to be around anybody that's out here cheating on their significant other. Like, they can't be boys. So my question to y'all is, what are y'all thoughts on that? Like, to each its own, or birds of a feather flock together. So I'm not. If that's how you rolling, that's we ain't rolling together. Or you do your thing, I do my thing. Do you and your friends have to have the same values?
I think some. I think we have to have some values. You know, let me just say this. If you're cheating on your boyfriend, uh, I might not think so much of it. But if you're cheating on your boyfriend for 5 years or you're cheating on your husband, I've had people get me involved in their cheating, and I'm single, right? And most people don't want you as a married person hanging around a single person because you're assuming that I'm going to be the person that's influencing you to think about outside the box. I'm not. I don't. Um, I have married friends that I hang with at certain spurts, and they're married. I know, I respect their marriages. I would not tell somebody that's married, girl, just go cheat. What is the answer to that? First of all, I'm going to say this. It's a morality thing. And guess what? I'm not going to say I'm the most moral person in the world. No. But what I am going to say is that if you cheat on your husband, what other things? Are you lying to me as your friend? Are you bringing me into your cheating behavior? I've had, like I said, I've had people do that as married people and had husband. I had this one woman, her husband was calling me all kinds of names. I was in the bed asleep. I didn't know where the hell his wife. Well, let me rephrase it. I knew what she was, but I didn't tell him. But I'm going to say, have I told on people that were cheating? Yes. Yeah, I have. Family members. Yeah, I have. I'm not going to lie to you because I think that first of all, don't put me in it. As long as I don't know about it and I'm not in it, I don't have nothing to tell about you because I don't know what's going on. But the minute you put me in, I'm supposed to be your alibi. I'm supposed to be backing you. It makes me question your integrity about everything you do, not just about you cheating on your spouse. So that's how I feel about somebody that's doing that. That's just my personal opinion.
Child, y'all already know. If you want me to talk you off the ledge, I'm not the one to do it, bitch. I'm grabbing your hand and we gonna jump together. Do you, boo? Do you? Do you? Um, I,
I knew you was gonna say that, bookworm.
I mean, shit. What am
I already
yeah,
know.
I am
If I'm
far
trying to do
from being
some
the
dirt, and I know I ain't supposed to be doing no dirt, I'm not calling her
call
because if
me.
I call her, I'm gonna be doing whatever the shit I got in my head. It's going down.
I'm
It is
not.
going down.
I'm just like I am the do you ask questions later type person. Um, Values, religion. I'm just not one to judge. Just as long as we cool and we click and all of that, that's it. Now, am I gonna lie for you? Yup, I sure am. I sure is. If you want to say you out with me, let me know. I have done it. I have been that person that they have used me when I was single and when I got married. And just a disclaimer for those who don't know, I got married at 35. I was living my life in my 20s. I was doing it. And whoever was doing it with me, we was having a good time. So, I had my whole phases before I got married. That's all I'm going to say. It was a great time. I feel as though, listen, I am not the morality police. I just don't. Yeah, I lie for my homies. I'm going to wait, just as a sidebar, something was going on. Oh, my our family was talking about something and hiding. Would I turn you into the police? And my daughter said, I feel as though you would. I said, no, that's your dad. I'm not what. We just gonna figure this out. We hiding first. We running first, and then we just gonna figure this shit out later. So they could just be looking for us. And she's just looking at me like I said, yeah, you and your dad, y'all too damn. Yeah, they are. No, I have no. My moral compass my moral compass goes in different directions now. So, but no, I am. Yeah, I'll keep you secret, but we gonna talk, and I need to know what's going on. But yeah, go ahead. I got all mine
Yeah.
out. I love being married. I love being home. I love going absolutely nowhere. I love that my husband ain't going no damn where. And he don't have to worry about me because don't nobody he doesn't want I got too much baggage. I come with too much baggage and too much responsibility. He would probably want somebody to take him off his hands. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean, go girl, do your thing, chicken wing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm the same. I'm about, I try not to judge people, but I will hold you accountable. Like y'all know
Yeah.
I'm the accountable queen, right? So if you just out here just being a straight hoe, so I had a situation, right? I ain't gonna say no names because I don't know if they listen to the
I
podcast.
hope not, Lord.
I ain't gonna say no names, but I had went to an event
Mhm.
with a couple of friends. It was an out of town event, so I went to an out of town event with a few friends, and two of them, one of them, both of them are married, and their spouses know each other, and
Okay.
the one the one that I know well, her spouse wasn't really. I don't think he was really into the whole girls trip type stuff and weekend type things. But he he's
Oh,
he
okay.
gonna he's gonna do it or whatever. But he ain't really feeling it, right? The girl that came with her, she's kind of more of a friend, right? So she was the friend of the other girl. She's married to, and like I said, their spouses are friends. Well, she came on the trip just to cheat on her husband. So we come back to the hotel room and there's literally a dude up in our room that she'd have met on the internet, I guess, in preparation for this trip out of town. So of course y'all know me. I put the nigga out. I went off on her. And then, the next day she was on the phone with him and I took the phone and was like, nah, she ain't gonna be
But
able to
she
talk to you.
involved all of y'all in her mess. Now
I
y'all
don't
And that's my
play,
all
point.
involved.
I don't play
Yeah,
And
that
that's
kind
why
of
no.
that's
shit.
my point.
I'm not gonna
And you
be
Yeah.
don't know
cool with
nothing
somebody.
about it. Yeah, no.
I can't
Mm-mm.
be cool with
Yeah.
somebody because now you about to get my girl. If
Hmm.
you get caught in this shit, now my girl ain't gonna be able to go nowhere with me because they their spouses are friends. And so he gonna be telling them what's going down at these trips, and then she ain't gonna be able to go nowhere.
Go
So
no
my thing
more.
is this: I don't judge, to each his own, but if you just straight hoeing and doing kind of shit like that,
Yeah,
me and
that's
you can't be
different.
friends. We
Yeah.
cannot be friends. Now, if you my
Yeah.
girl and you get into some shit, and I'm not gonna judge you on that. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna hold you accountable for what you should probably be doing or not doing. But I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna be your friend behind it. But I'm definitely not the type to be hanging out with people that just
Right.
do that on the regular and have no shame and our morals are not aligned and it's not going to work long term. Like
But
it
now,
just
Let,
if
is.
you
let's be
having
clear.
if my homie is having problems and all of that, and she be like, I just got,
that's
I be like,
that's different.
girl,
That's
do that,
different.
this,
That's
Let me tell you
definitely
something.
but
different.
no, I
The
would never.
person,
Yeah.
let me be clear. As a single person, the person that was cheating and her husband thought she was cheating, he was threatening me. No, I'm not getting in the bed with people like that. I
Yeah.
mean,
No
because she
ma'am.
already knows, she know that person that she was dealing with. That's why I said,
Right.
and I don't care who you are, if you're my friend, you're married or not. I'm not getting in bed with you and that nonsense because I've been there. And her husband was a
Hmm.
police officer, and he was threatening me. It wasn't
Well,
like
what's
he
she
was just
doing
like
cheating
calling
on
me in.
her police officer? Now that's
Girl,
dumb.
I listen. It was a mess, and I knew who she was cheating with. Like y'all were saying in the beginning, it was like, we all were hanging out, whatever, partying, whatever, to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. But listen, again, I don't. Number one, I have no husband, and I didn't have a man at the time. I was doing my thing. Let's just put it that way. And number two, I had no children either. So she was
Right.
wholly married with 3 kids. That wasn't me. But if you wanted to party, yeah, we can all party and have a good time. And like I said, I knew somebody that she was messing with somebody from the workplace, which always is not always a good thing anyway. But when her husband called me and was threatening me, that's when I said I had to put a kibosh on it and said, you know what, I'm never getting in line of this, because I've known people that had gotten caught up in this and like they got shot at. I know somebody that a
Yep.
family member got killed, and she
Yep.
wasn't even part.
No.
She wasn't even part of cheating, but she was helping co-sign on it, and she
Yep.
got involved in it. No, sorry, people. No, I'm not gonna. Your shenanigans are your shenanigans. You're not putting my life in jeopardy for your bullshit.
You
I'm
you know
single.
what?
I can do whatever
Now,
I want to.
yeah. Now I can see that. But child, in them 90s, when them chicks was running the streets and it wasn't that bad. And I'm sitting here laughing because shout out to my bestie. I hope she watching. Remember when Junior came to the house looking for me because my car was there and we swapped cars? My
That's
boyfriend
hilarious.
came looking for me
Mm-mm.
at her house
No.
because I took her car to go on out and do what I wanted to do. I'm telling you, I was 19, 20. I might have been 19, 20 years old. I wasn't even 21. I don't even think I could get in the club yet.
But now as a married
Mm-mm.
woman, bookworm, would
Hmm.
you would you be friends with someone that was out there in the streets like that? Like, not I'm not saying associates, but like close
If
friends with
she had
somebody that was out in the streets just wilding,
and she was
cheating,
married,
hoeing. Yeah.
if she was married and had a significant she was a mistress or she had a side dude and just one exclusive side dude, I ain't got nothing to say to that. Now if you out
Right.
here dating and doing like openly dating like what we would do when we weren't married and all of that, and you're just going around, nah, you can't do, you got to slow your roll now. Yeah.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
you
yeah.
just
I
out
agree.
there and you got yourself hooked up in something that, mm-mm. All right.
Yeah. Good
What can he bring?
combo.
Look, my thing is, what can he bring to our relationship? What's he good for? What can he do to keep my mouth shut?
Oh Lord Jesus. Listen. That's why you gotta know your friend group. You gotta know
Yep.
who to go to for certain
Yep.
situations. Like when you
Yeah, you
know you
do.
about to do something you ain't supposed to do, and you got the devil on this shoulder and the angel on this shoulder. You gotta know your friend group to know, okay, I'm gonna listen to this angel. I probably shouldn't go talk to her because she
Don't
gonna have the
talk to
devil's
me.
fears like,
But if you think that your husband is cheating on you and you need to do some investigative work and you need somebody to do your drive-bys and all of that, I am the one to call.
I'm riding with you. I'm riding with you, baby. Yes,
yes,
I
I
am. I'm
do.
riding with you. You ain't
listen.
lying. I'm
Listen,
riding with you
I
there.
think we all like that. Like, listen, I will be out there
I'm
with
getting on
the
that.
flyers,
Listen.
helping you search for the
Uh-huh.
body I already know
That's right.
is in the
Hmm.
Girl,
river
I will
Yeah, I'm
somewhere.
be
riding with you.
out there. I will be searching for whatever. I will be searching for that nigga with a flashlight in the daytime.
Hmm.
Let's
That's right.
go.
Yes, ma'am. Let's go.
Where he at?
Yeah, I'm
Let's
riding
go.
with you there. Yeah, I agree.
Let's go.
Lord Jesus, hilarious. All right, so let's get into some tea. We know we got to talk about Diddy.
Diddy
So
did it.
Diddy did it. Diddy did
Hmm.
it, and Diddy gonna do the time. 4 years and 2 months, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's what it comes out to. Hmm.
Hmm.
so
Yeah, 50
I
months.
mean, just leading up to the sentencing, the letters that were pouring in. Did y'all see that video he made?
Hmm.
I was like,
Hmm.
are you fucking kidding me right
Hmm.
now? And I heard that he had a speaking engagement already planned because he just knew his ass was
Several.
getting off. I'm
Several.
like,
Yep.
Just no remorse whatsoever, in my opinion. And to say I know I was wrong, and you know, but make an example out of me for second chances. I was like, oh, this nigga. I
He
just
tried it.
I ain't
He
never gonna look at
tried
him
it.
the same ever again.
Who
So
is?
I know that he asked to be, do his time in Fort Dix so that he's closer to his family and this drug rehab program that he wants to be involved in. Um, so I think that they granted him that. Um, but what's y'all thoughts? Do y'all think he got enough time? Do y'all think he got too little time? Like, what y'all thinking?
Oh, so that's what Weekday thinks.
I
So
was like, is this thing
I
on?
can read. I know when the Taurus has spoken.
She
So
don't want to
I
say shit about Diddy. She like,
I,
next subject. Fuck
No,
that
I
nigga.
I'm going to say this. I would say this because everybody has accountability here, and we've talked about this numerous times. Everybody has accountability on this one. She on drugs, he on drugs. They all knew, and guess what? After you got to a certain age, you knew better, right? We all know better. So I really, the thing I don't like about this, I do think, yeah, he needs to humble himself. There's no question. He needs to stay a little bit. He needs to sit for a while. He needs to get himself together. The
agree.
mere fact that you made arrangements to speak in Miami just says a lot about your arrogance. Okay, so we're going to move from there.
Balls.
But I'm going to say this: that Cassie, you were grown. At some point in time, we all need to take accountability, and I feel like that the decision was made because he didn't get time for the abuse that he did to Cassie. And so now I question, and I always do question the law, because really, is that what this is really about? Or was it really about the crime itself? So that's why I say I have no comment, because I don't think it was. And we know that if that was the question, then he should have got a lot of time for the mere fact that he beat that woman down. But he didn't. But I think that that was not supposed to be the merits of the case. That's what they kept saying. But we see how the law really works. And that's where I have a problem with this. So that's my commentary on it.
I do not think that 50 months was enough. I'm glad that he did not walk that day. I was getting a little nervous, but I'm glad he didn't walk. I think that within the parameters of what they had to work with in the point system, I do think 50 months wasn't enough, only because the time served is going to bump it down, and then having to do 85% of that. And then if you go to a drug treatment program, that knocks off some days or whatever. So I really would have liked to have seen more, so maybe 75 months, so that by the time they knock everything down, he will have done an additional. I would have liked to seen him do 4 straight years in jail, not just it. uh, It could round off to just 2 years once you come down to it and do the math of it all, and with the drug treatment program. So I would like, I really wish it was maybe more so 75 months, because I know the parameters started at 85 or something like that. But you know, that he's going to Fort Dix, I wish it was a little bit further out, but there's money there. So no matter which location he went to, it was going to be easy enough for his family, to fly on out and come see him anyway. Um, I don't know if there's book deals that he could start doing and everything like that, because he still has to face these civil. suits that are coming. And you know, these civil suits have been lined up and lined up, and there's less
Yeah,
that you
but
have
they're
to
not going to be able to
prove.
last it. They're not going to be able to outlast it. You got to pay them attorneys. So while he's
Yeah,
in
so
prison, you're
that's
still
what I'm
paying
saying.
attorney fees. You're paying attorney fees
Mhm,
for to have this civil suit with him. A lot of these people are going to drown out with the attorney fees by themselves. They're not going to make it
that's
through
why I
because first of all,
see him.
they're going to have to prove the case that he did whatever they're saying, and if they don't, they're going to have to pay these attorneys. They're not pro bono attorneys. So I
Right.
think that he's
But
going to
I
see, staying
just
that amount
say,
of time, he's going to see some of those people drop off.
yeah, but there's so many more that aren't, and he is going to use the thing that Diddy has. Diddy still has money, and
Oh
he
yeah.
still has to pay those attorney fees and all of that stuff. So I really just do wish he would have done a little bit more time. I know somebody will give him a book deal. I mean, it will. He will get these speaking engagements. He will still, have, there's money to be made, there's money to be paid, things like that. I will just be driving by the prison, flipping them the bird. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you, Bookworm. I think that by the time you account for time served and all these other things, he's not going to do that much time, in my opinion, to be able to humble himself enough. I mean, just the shenanigans leading up to the sentencing lets you know that the time that he has already served in there has taught him nothing.
Mm-mm.
um, so, you know, the book deals we know are coming. I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
speaking engagements were already in place. So we
They were
know book
already
deals
on the
are coming.
table. Yep.
Speaking engagements, a story, official stories of his life, because there's been, little things put out there
And that kind of
on
stuff would have
Tubi and
taken,
whatnot.
and that would have taken care of restitution
Hmm.
right there. Yep.
So, we all know that is definitely going to happen. Um, but I am concerned with the amount of time that they've given him, what he will learn from this, and if he will come out of this and learn at least enough to not do the shit he's been doing. And I don't know that I don't know that he's going to be able to help himself personally. So,
He's his
but
own worst enemy. He is his
yeah,
own worst enemy. So,
because I can't
and
believe these
no,
high power attorneys that you have on your case are advising you to do some of the shit that you were doing leading up to this sentencing. Like
he
this
must have
is
been a hard client.
yeah,
He
like
must have
I
been a
just
piece of work.
so but let's get into Ayesha Curry. Y'all know she did an interview recently.
Hmm.
Um and she was talking about her kids and marriage and her career, and it has gotten a lot of heat. I mean, the internet is buzzing about this interview. Some
For
women
the
are like,
second time. For the
yeah,
second
it's
time, because it went
Yeah,
around
this is
once
right.
second
and
time.
died
Yep.
down, and then it
Yes,
picked
Hmm.
up steam again. And I'm
yes,
like, we
I'm like,
still on
yo.
this? Woo!
So some people are saying, she's ungrateful. She has this rich husband that has given her everything, these beautiful children. Like, some women just can never be satisfied. And then on the other hand, you have some women that are saying, yo, I totally understand. Like, you have children and you have marriage, and this is what you're taught from a very young age that you're supposed to grow up and do. And then you get into this and you lose yourself. And like, just because she's married to a rich man doesn't mean that she can't lose herself and want more for her life. So my question to y'all is, I mean, what are y'all thoughts? I mean, I'm sure y'all have some thoughts on it. Y'all have been hearing all the buzz about it. Um, so I would love to hear what your thoughts are on what she's saying in this interview about, having children at a young age, realizing that well, one, she never really wanted children, and then this just kind of happened. She never really wanted marriage and children, and all of this just kind of fell in her lap, and that she lost herself in the process, and she wants her career and her own thing, and everything that she was saying. What are y'all thoughts on it? Like, do y'all agree that
How old was she when she got married? She was young, right?
I
Young.
believe she
They were
was
like
young, and they have like four children.
children.
Don't they
Right.
Yeah,
have
they
four
But
were
I
young.
children?
remember at least she because she's in her 30s now, right?
So I mean, she was
Uh
Hmm.
young. She
she
was
was very
definitely
young when
young.
she got married, so we got to take that into consideration too.
Straight
Who
out of
that
college.
young, who that young? I knew I wasn't about to get married nor have chick nor child before the age of 30. I knew it. I knows it in my heart. I mean, I really did know. And so yeah, if I would have gotten married at age 20 something, yeah, I wouldn't have I did not see that for myself, and thank God that didn't fall into my lap, because God knows I'm a nut now. What you think would have happened then? Mm-mm.
Mhm.
No, so
You
I
know,
got it. I got it.
I see a lot of commentary on it. First of all, I want to help you low IQ. Excuse me, and I put it in the comments earlier. You low IQ people, that you guys are so stuck on this money, and like I heard it from a woman and I heard it from a man while I was on TikTok looking, and both of them. The one guy was like, bitches crack me up. You give them everything they want. You don't know if he gave her everything she wanted, because she would
Right,
not be coming out saying that she's missing something. And the thing she's missing is something that's more valuable than, like the one chick I saw her, she said, why won't you go get you a latte and, that expensive ass $10 latte, look in your big walk-in closet. Bitch, it just stop hating, because this is bigger than that. And I think that we sit back and we say, because I'm going to be honest with you, I had this conversation with somebody earlier there. I said, you know what? I always thought I was going to marry somebody wealthy. I did. Um, and I wouldn't really have to worry about anything. They would take care of everything. Well, I can tell you today, no, I did not. And I've been able to take care of everything myself. Do you miss some things? Yeah, you may miss some things that you feel like, oh, that didn't happen for me. I think that she said it best. She said, I wanted to be a career person, but I got tied up into getting married and having children. At her big old age, because she seems like she did get married really young, those questions come to play. You know,
mm-hmm,
when we talk about people getting in relationships, getting married so early, the conversation we just had about the cheating, that can happen
mm-hmm.
too, right?
Yep.
Because you've given all of you and you never experienced what's out here. Now, people like me can say, girl, you don't want to come out here. But somebody else might say, girl, you should have ventured out. You should have dated a little bit. You should have ventured out. You shouldn't have been with your first person. And that's who you're with, right? I think that opportunity comes for everybody in different ways. So
Right,
you guys are thinking he's giving her everything she wants. No, he's not. He's giving her material things that you guys are feeling about. But she was very clear about the fact she wasn't feeling about none of it. And she said, I'm in therapy because he doesn't get me. Because guess what? He has a full career. He gets to venture out. He gets to meet people. He gets to go around the country playing basketball. She got 4 kids that she's with. Even she got nannies, which she didn't sound
it
like she
don't
did.
matter. It don't
It
matter.
doesn't
Yep.
matter. They are her responsibility. And this is
Yeah,
why
they
we always
sure
talk
are.
about the fact that
Them her babies.
sometimes we are so stuck in this 1950s wife era, right?
Trad wife.
Where
Mm-hmm.
the trad wife, right? Somebody is
Mm-hmm.
supposed to take care of you. He's supposed to be the provider, and you sit at home. We are starting to see a transition from that, right? And she was saying she didn't feel fulfilled. She didn't say she didn't feel fulfilled from their marriage. So let's be
Right.
clear. She said, I don't feel fulfilled about myself and the things I wanted to do for myself. There's a big difference. And I don't think it's anybody's business that she wants to be a little selfish about herself. So the people that were saying that, mainly the men, I want to see you sit
That's
and
who
stay at home with 4 goddamn kids and
they
see what it's
won't.
like. I'm not saying that kids kids are bad. She loves her kids. She never said that. What she said was, I was
Mine
thinking
is
I'm going to be a
awful.
career woman. I was looking for more than what I got, and now, and I will tell you about what happens with the children. They go off to school now. What's she doing all day?
Looking like Boo Boo the
Waiting for them to
Food
come
at
home.
him.
Yeah, like she waiting for them to come home from school. So that means she's still not feeling fulfilled because she has nothing. She doesn't have the career she wanted. It's not, and nobody wants to be a two income family, but when you are, and
That's
you
it.
deal with it. And she's not saying
Yup.
her income, she's not looking, she's not saying I need to make millions like he makes millions. All she's saying is, I wish I was more focused on what I had originally started out with. And it comes with some resentment because now she feels like I done fell in the trap. Got 4 kids. I can't get out of this trap. I love my kids, but I really wanted to be my own person. And right now, you know who she is? Because this is what everybody's saying. She's Curry's wife. Okay?
And
And
you're
that's where the issue
absolutely
comes
right.
in.
But why do we as women have to tell, like Michelle Obama, uh Kamala
Yeah.
Harris, when they write about their marriages and how the marriage isn't always squeaky clean, and how there
Mhm.
comes a time when we roll over and be like, you still here? And just you're coming home, and sometimes you don't feel like making dinner, and you just don't, why is it when we as black women express that, we are automatically seen as ungrateful, or she just complain? Why does she have to complain? Because I know, damn it, my husband works from home now, but I know when I walk through that door, he'd be like, damn, she coming home again. She didn't decide to run away. I mean, he has to think those same things about me over our 18-year period marriage, as Michelle thought about Barack, as Kamala has felt about Doug, as Shirley Ralph, and how her husband live apart and it works for them. But how come it's always when we speak about that, it's always deemed ungrateful? And who what? Because I know the barbershop talk. I know they be in there talking about how, and we just pushed out all these babies for them, and then slaved over a hot stove and cooked a meal they don't even want to eat leftovers for. And now you got to come up with something new, and uh, nigga. So no,
Yeah.
she has every right to feel that way at the time, especially I mean, she's going through growing pains in their marriage, and not growing pains, growing phases and things like that in her marriage. And yes, she became a wife and a mother at a very early age with a husband and a baby, and her children's father, also her husband, was away. She was raising those kids because she was not in those stands all over, and was with him. She was raising those kids. I don't care if she had her mama with her daddy with her, and the next door neighbor helping out. It did not
Mhm.
matter. She still, and that's for everyone. Them your babies. Them your babies. When they sick and he gotta rest, and he gotta have an ice bath, and he gotta go out back and work out, and he gotta be in the basement working out, and them kids is crying and they runny nose and snot all got, who's taking that? Me. Them women. So we have every right to speak how what we thought our lives were going to be, how our lives are currently, and damn it, what we think we see for the future. We have every right to speak on that, and not have all of these patriarchal thinking men jumping in the comments talking shit about how we feel, which we feel is real.
Yes. Yes.
Wait to see
I
how downhill you really go.
Mhm.
right. So, yeah, first of all, I don't think that it makes her ungrateful. It makes her
Right.
human. It makes her, honest. The fact that she is in therapy and that she's open and honest about how she's feeling shows maturity, in my opinion.
Mhm.
You know, um, I think that so I was a stay at home mom for many years. And the one thing that I did, and I learned this from, I always listen to my elders, right? And, just like with everything, when I had children, I went to my elders and asked them questions. I went to moms that were older than me that were stay at home moms and asked them, what's one thing you would have done differently? Um, and the one thing that they told me was to not lose my identity, because the same thing
Mhm.
that you said, Weekday, these kids will grow up. I mean, listen, mine just came home from college. She just got approved for her first apartment. She leave it into a whole new state come January. These kids will grow up
Yep.
and they will move on. And then you sitting there looking dumb because you done made all of your life around these children and now you don't know what to do with your life.
Sacrificial. Yep. You were
Mhm.
you sacrificed everything.
Yes. So when I was a stay-at-home mom, I started a business because I said, you know, I want to have something that's just mine. Like, I'm gonna be here for these kids. My number one job was to be home with them and get them, up until it was time for them to go to kindergarten and they could start doing their own thing. That's a sacrifice I chose to make because I didn't want them in preschool. I mean, it was gonna cost. I'm not one that's. I love to do what I love to do, but I don't have to do it. I'm not going to be out here working a 9 to 5 just to give you my whole paycheck for preschool. So for me, I would prefer to be at home with my kids, loving on them and enjoying those first few years. But I also didn't want to lose myself in raising children, whether they were at home with me or not, right? So I started a business for that reason. Um, and I tried to always maintain my independence. So I get her. I was married very young. I didn't have my children young though. I took my time and made sure I liked my husband before we procreated.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got married at 22, but I ain't had my first baby till I was 27 because I was like, I got to make sure I like you because, you know, just in case I don't, we can go ahead and just be like, woulda, coulda, shoulda, we tried it. But a lot of women, don't. You have them oops babies and you
Yep.
go, you know, the shit happens, right? So
Yep.
things happen and things progress sometimes quicker than you expect or go against the goals that you had set for yourself. And you do look back and be like, damn, I
Oh,
probably should
sorry,
have,
that was my
took
lotion.
the time. I probably should have took the time to do XYZ. I think for her to be open and honest about that was amazing. And I think it's
Right.
interesting what you said too, Bookworm, because so many other women have talked about this in books and in speaking engagements. And they are not getting the type of, I mean, think about what Michelle Obama said about her and Barack. Like,
Mhm.
y'all ain't coming down her throat, but because she is married to Steph Curry, y'all feel like, and I always feel like too, sometimes people want what they don't have, right? So single people
Mhm.
want to be married. Married people want to be single. People with kids
Yep.
want kids. People without kids don't want kids. It's like it's okay for somebody to want something different than you. That doesn't make them ungrateful. Money don't solve everything. That
Nope.
is a fact. Just because she's rich doesn't mean she's happy. And that's okay too. And it doesn't make her ungrateful for wanting a career. I hope that she does what she wants to do. I hope she figures out how to balance it all. You know,
Because it's never too late.
it's never too late. And the career
Nope.
is not
Yeah.
about money for her. The career is
Nope.
about having some type
S-
of identity and some type
substance.
of
Yeah.
substance and something that is
Yep.
Yeah.
just hers. And,
Yep.
a career is about things that bring you joy because most of us pick a career that we're interested in, right? Some people pick a career simply for money, but most of us pick our career because it's something that makes us thrive and we're interested
Happy
in and
and
we're
we
passionate
we're
about.
passion. Yep. The passion.
So just because she wants a career, and it doesn't have to be a career like your career, you're out here working this 9 to 5, struggling. robbing Peter to pay Paul. So you probably don't understand it because you're like, why would you want that when you got all this money over here? But for her, it's not about the money, it's about the drive and the passion.
Mhm.
And so, kudos to her for being honest, for being
Hmm.
open.
Absolutely.
And I, like she said, she can't keep her mouth shut if she wanted to. She's always been outspoken, in my opinion. So
Hmm.
I wasn't
Yeah.
totally surprised by, the interview, but I am shocked by some of the comments that are being made.
The
But
backlash about it.
you
Like,
know,
huh?
to our nieces and nephews listening, like, listen, do you? If you want to wait to get married, wait to get married. If you want to get married young, get married young. Do whatever you do. And if shifts stuff shifts, your goals that you have aren't aligned with the present, it's okay. You're not a tree. You can always move. You can always, do whatever you got to
Pivot.
do to
There's a pivot
pivot.
in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But never lose sight of who you are, no matter what is going
Ever.
on in your life. I don't care how many children you have. I don't care how many marriages you have. Never lose sight of who you are and always hold on to that through all the seasons of your life. Remember, you came in this world alone, you're going out of this world alone, and you
Hmm.
have to love yourself. Before you can be good to anybody else, you got to be good to yourself. So do not lose yourself
Amen.
in the process of trying to do what society tells you that you should do, or to get so wrapped up in your children and your spouses that you forget what's important to you. So, all right, let's move on to our our laundry bag.
Okay.
How dirty is the laundry this weekday?
Girl, I don't know. People out here. That's all I'm going to say. People out here doing things that I'm going to open up by saying, opening up Pandora box is always a dangerous thing. That's what I'm going to start now saying. But the letter is called Surprise, Surprise. Aunties, I have a story to tell and I need some honest advice. I'm 34-year-old female. I've been dating this guy for the last 2 years. He's a little older than me. We both have our own place. I have a 6-year-old from a previous relationship and he has 2 kids. We have met each other's families and things are going well. He's asked for us to move together in the beginning of the year. My son and his 2 kids get along well. I know it sounds like the perfect relationship, but I just could not leave enough alone. I thought things were going too well, so I need to do some investigating. You must understand this is a big deal, and before I move in someone with someone, I need to know how committed they are. I had a friend of mine who he does not know slide in his DMs.
Mm-mm-mm.
I wanted to know if he was tempted by other women and if he was ready for this commitment. He told her that he was not interested and they could be friends. I felt better, but then she let me know that a week later he slid into her DM and told her he had another account. He said he did not want many people in his business and he would love to get to know her better. She said she went out to the other account and he had pics of women he had been with. He said that he was into casual relationships since he was a father and had to be respectful of who was around his children. She told him she understood and they made a date for this week. He told me he was going to be working on a project for the next month and we would get together on the weekend. My friend is saying I should show up with her and confront him. I want to say surprise to his lying, cheating ass. He's been wasting my time with these empty promises. Or should I play it cool and see how much information he will tell her before I bust his ass? Aunties, how should I handle this? I know you have some advice for me. I will take it, good or bad.
Because mine ain't going to be good.
Okay. Mine ain't either. Okay. First of all, which y'all know, I just come off the wall. First of all, girl, there was no commitment. Somebody asking you to move in with them is not a fucking commitment. It's a roommate. So your roommate was out dating other people. Guess what? But he just didn't want other people to be around his children because he knew that he was not doing what? Being committed to the outside world. But he was making you and digging you in and grabbing you in and saying, hey, but I want to be with you. No, he don't. No, he don't. He wants to be a roommate. He probably said, looked at the bill, shit, we know the economy's rough. Y'all, if y'all don't know, you know, what are we talking about? What season is it? Cuffing season.
Cuffing,
We,
cuffing.
okay, we're cuffing. All right, because you know, and I'm going to just hurry up and say about this guy that went out and said, you need to cuff with BBWs. I don't know if y'all saw him on TikTok saying the BBWs will allow you to cuff. You ain't got nowhere to live. This. And don't worry, you treat her well, you feed her, and then you know you give her a little something, something, and you sit and spend your winter with her. Okay, this is
Y'all are
cuffing
just
season.
awful.
Okay, so the bottom line is, first of all, you and your girlfriend playing this stupid game, not good, not good at all. What are you waiting for her to go and meet him to confront him? Why are you waiting? What do you want to say? Ta-da! I'm here. I knew you weren't working, girl. This is a conversation you need to say. Can we talk? Are we all right? Are you okay? Because we're gonna have this conversation right now. And I would have told him, listen, I haven't been trusting you because this is what it comes down to. I don't care how many family members you meet, people. Stop this with, oh, I met his mama, his cousin. Girl, I know somebody that met mamas and cousins to find out that Negro was married to somebody else and everybody was hiding his shit.
Had a whole
That don't mean
family.
nothing. I had a whole family. So I'm going to say this to you. There was no commitment. That man didn't say, let's get married. Let's join and be a family with your kid and my two kids. Let's be blended. He didn't say that. He said, let's
No,
shack it up.
that's it.
He wasn't committed from the beginning. So I don't know why you bothering with this bullshit. He's not committed now. And the mere fact that he got another account, he got another whatever TikTok. I don't know what kind of account he got. Another social media account. Girl, don't mean shit.
Nope.
I'm sure there's a whole bunch of ninjas out here doing that same stupid shit, thinking they're gonna have another account on the side that they won't get caught. You're going to get caught, men. We talked earlier about our girlfriends cheating. One thing I can tell you, we are primo at cheating, mofos. Okay. Let me help y'all niggas out. We women are the cheaters of all cheaters, baby. When your stupid asses are sitting there wondering what went wrong, guys, we are crossing your fucking eyes. Because we're crossing our eyes and we're dotting our eyes and crossing our T's when we are cheating on your monkey asses. So we're good at this game. Okay.
Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Okay. So
Disclaimer.
disclaimer, but we are good
No.
at this shit. Okay,
Disclaimer.
I don't need to get a second. I don't need to get a second social media account to be cheating on your funky ass. That's the stupid shit y'all do.
Mr.
Let this go.
Bookworm.
This is not commitment.
Mr.
Not committed.
Bookworm. The opinions are of weekday. Mr. Bookworm. Mr. Bookworm.
Ah,
Those are the
I got
opinions.
I got you, Miss Bookworm. The opinions of weekday are not the opinions of three aunties and a mic.
The married
I don't
three
care.
aunties and the mic.
The two married three aunties, the three aunties and a mic. I'm not going. I'm not going to say. Not that I'm not going to admit to cheating, but
The two
I can tell
wives and the
you that
cheater.
there's a way how to cheat. So I'm gonna leave it right there.
All she's
There are
saying
ways
is
to
that
cheat.
men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We got our strengths and our weaknesses. That's it. That's all we saying.
But I agree with
Miss
you so
Bookworm.
much. I agree with you Definitely. First of all, you 32 years old with a 6-year-old daughter or child. She didn't say daughter, did she?
She said son.
Son. Yeah,
She
I'm
said
sorry.
son.
But not for nothing. You're 32. You are the mother of a 6-year-old. At your big age, you and your girlfriend, who has nothing better to do than to ridicule you while she thinks she's helping you, and she making a fool out of you and all of that, trying to go in his DMs and all of that. This is the games that I can't get with. This is just is too much. And like Weekday said, he wants to cohabitate, not get married, not really blend the family, take you in, and all of this. He wants to cohabitate because the economy is in shits and shambles right now, and it would be cheaper for him with 2 kids and who knows how much child support, because she didn't say he had custody of his, did she?
Mm-mm.
So he probably comes, they come over on the weekend. He got child support to pay for 2 different kids. So if he cohabitates, then his bills can be split in half with your. No, you can do well all by yourself. Not bad all by yourself. You could do well all by yourself because before he came into your life 2 years ago, I think you were doing just fine because at that time you had a 4-year old and you had your own. So you must have been doing okay that you don't need him. He probably needs you. If he wanted and to be with you and he wanted you guys to cohabitate, then he would have asked you guys to get married. If he wanted you to be a roommate and all of this, that is where he needs help with his bills. And now he just wants to shack up. Oh, and our sons get to get along good together. What that have to do with anything? Don't try to convince us. You need to be trying to convince yourself on why this wasn't a good idea in the first place. You should have never had to investigate because y'all were getting ready to shack up. You should have been investigating because you invested 2 years into this relationship, and you must have been feeling some kind of way that you wanted to go and snoop and whatever. So don't put that on, oh, I just wanted to because we're getting to get. No, don't be stupid. Don't show your ignorance. That's all I got to say.
Ah,
You know,
all
blew
right.
my high and I ain't even got one
So,
yet.
so the question was, do you show up together or do you listen? I'm gonna say C, none of the above.
Exactly.
You got time for that
None of the
bullshit.
above. First of all, this is what the old folks always say. If you go looking for something, you gonna find
Yeah.
something. So your ass went out there looking for something, and now you done found something. You're gonna need to cut your losses, baby girl. You're gonna have to cut your
Mhm.
losses. You can have a conversation with him, let him know why he ain't moving in with you. That you know his ass out here doing stuff he ain't supposed to be doing. Um, I personally don't know if I'd be telling him how I know because then that's gonna have you looking crazy. Cause why you going through all of that? Like that was a little much. But
At
I
this
get
point,
it.
I don't care what he feels like. I don't give a damn.
Nah.
Listen,
Mm-mm. I would
my
tell.
Just tell
girlfriend
him.
did this, and that's it. My
I would
girlfriend
Yeah.
just be
found
I
like,
out I'm
tell.
not even because I'm not giving you the chance to lie.
Nah.
Yo, my
That's
my
right.
simple
Yep.
ass girlfriend done got
that's
in your
Yeah.
true. That's
DMs.
true.
She did all of this. Here's all the proof you need. It's all right here.
Hmm.
Beat it, Buster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it
But
moving.
but you need to go ahead and cut your losses,
And that's
and keep this advice in mind what both Bookworm and Weekday told you. When a man is committed to you, he will show you and prove to you through his actions that he is committed to you. He was ready to take that next step with you, knowing that you have children that are going to be impacted. He has children that are going to be impacted. there should have been some type of serious commitment. That is a roommate situation. Y'all trying to double up on bills. It's cuffing season. All the above. Okay, so for your next love adventure that you out there doing, and you get woo woo wah wah, and they talking about moving, then that moving in needs to come with some type of serious commitment. Okay, there need to be a ring. Listen, a promise ring, some kind of damn ring, something that shows
She
that
said
you are
promise ring.
serious,
Honey, I
about
don't
this
even
shit.
need that.
You know what
I
I
don't need that.
mean? Like,
I
I
need a
need
whole
something.
contract. This is
Yeah,
what we need.
yeah,
I
I do
need a
too.
Yeah.
contract. The contract will say your rent at your place was this amount. That's the
Mhm.
amount you gonna pay towards my bill. Your phone bill was this, it's still that. The whatever this
Yes.
electric bill.
Mhm.
Now you got to add to that because I know what you can.
Right.
But if you coming over here, and I'm not about to uproot
We
me and
not
my
about to be
child,
going halfies on all these bills.
and I'm not
I ain't got no
uprooting.
ring
Mm.
on my finger. I ain't got no
You
to
coming
reach those
here.
points. I ain't got no benefits. Nigga, please. No, we not doing
It's
that.
And
I'm
you
gonna
would
have to
have
get
to come to me and say, listen, it's tough out here and blah, 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 blah. And you would have to come to me and say all of that because one thing you're not going to do, I'm not going to come to you and then you putting me and my kid out on the streets. I'm not fitting to be
mm-mm.
homeless because you want to save money.
no,
That's
and you
not
got to
about
think
that.
about the fact that you have a child involved. You can't just be
Right.
bringing people, put y'all's uh, families together, and there's no
Well, she
commitment.
said she was trying to prove her point there because she knew that was coming up. Our sons get along very well.
Our kids
Okay.
get along well.
Because,
Who gives a
yeah,
damn?
because they don't live together. That's why they don't get,
Kids don't
they
pay
see each
bills.
other every other
Kids
weekend.
don't pay
That's
bills.
why they get,
What,
that's
what,
why
the,
they get
what
along.
the hell does the kids get to get a damn opinion? Fuck them kids. They don't pay no damn bills.
And
Listen,
every
at the end
kids
of the
get along.
day,
All
at the
kids
end of
get
the day,
along.
go get a second job if you can't pay your damn bills. Uber's still hiring and door dashing if you can't pay your
So
bills. There's no need to be bringing somebody up in your house that is not showing the commitment. Now, I will say this.
no,
You bringing some health benefits to me, I already told people. That's all I'm looking for. Y'all,
but
listen,
you
we got to
can't
get
bring
married so
health
I can get some health
benefits.
benefits.
You cannot bring health
That's it.
benefits without a commitment. So again,
Well, then,
Well, girl,
damn
you
it,
got to
the
get
best
married
thing
to get some
you
health
better
benefits.
tell
That's
your
all I'm
child.
saying.
that part,
Yes,
there
right.
has to be a
We domestic
commitment.
That's right.
partners.
Yeah.
We
Because if I'm
domestic
We're
over
domestic
here
partners
with
now.
partners.
my
Yep.
I'm over here with my own space, you over there with your own space, we enjoying each other's company. I don't understand why we got to go commingling
No.
with no step forward. So we just gonna
Lord.
And
live
you can
together,
still, and
but
you
there's
can still
no
be hoeing. By right, you can still be hoeing, and I
girl.
don't even
You
know it.
and I
And
Hello?
think
wait
that
a
the
minute.
reason she reached out to her friend was because she knew deep down that
Yeah,
something wasn't
yeah,
right.
he was, yep,
Go with
yep,
your gut,
yep,
and
yep,
just lesson learned moving forward. you know
hmm
Enjoy somebody's company, understand what
that's
y'all
right.
commitment is
Yeah,
to each other,
that's
right?
right.
So that there's no gray area for interpretation. And if you decide to take it to that next step needs to come with also a next step in your relationship. There
That's
needs to
right.
be some
Yeah.
commitment. You have children involved. This is not roommate stuff. We not doing that in 2025. I'm sorry. I could be over here with my own peace and my own home,
That's right.
decorated the way I
Right.
want it, my clothes the
Negative
way
hmm
I
stuff.
want it, my cups in my cupboard the way I want it, and still be in a
Nobody
relationship
asked
with
me to
you.
fix meals and shit. No, I'm eating my
Now, if
peanut
we
butter and
want to
jelly
take this to the next
at
level,
night.
then we gonna talk about commingling and getting a place together, and bringing our children together and stuff like that.
Yep.
But I'm sorry that that's how you
Mm-mm.
found out. I just hope that the girl, because I mean, she seems real invested in this. I'm praying that
Mm-hmm.
she don't go all the way. Watch a
Well,
girl.
let her
I'm
go
just
Exactly.
on
saying.
because you
Y'all know
got to
I got
go.
trust issues.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what? She could go on because I don't want them no more. And that's
Mm-mm.
that's first thing first. And she could
hmm
go too because this is too. But remember how she said she's 32 and that he was older than her, but
Older.
she never
Mm-hmm.
said how much older.
I
Mm-mm.
This
think she
man
said a
could
Mm-mm.
be
few
what?
years.
If he's a few years older, how come he doesn't have why can't he handle his
And why he's
like
not
what he's
established enough?
doing?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Is that
Yeah,
what
she
I'm
said
trying to
older.
say?
I felt as though since she did not say exactly, like she didn't say 5 years or 6 years or 10 years, he must be older.
Right.
And that I think that's probably what sparked her to do the investigating. Because like, when you get older, the question is, okay, you're not married,
Marriage.
y-
Right.
you're not committed. So the question is, you dating me, I'm younger than you. Okay, and now you're asking for me to hold things down. Because really, to be honest with you, once that person would have moved in with you, you would have been holding things down. And so, ladies,
And
as we
why?
keep
What
talking about this
reason?
holding down,
Right.
even if he said, I'll pay the rent, but you help pay the other bills, but he still expects to come home and get a full hot ass meal every night,
That's a
right?
whole
He
nother
still expects
level
that on the
of
weekends when he gets the visitation of his children, that you're going to help with the visitation also. So this is what I want y'all to think about when we talk about it collectively. He was hoping you would hold it down. And when I say hold it down, that meant that not only was your damn roommate coming, he was bringing his damn bags, his 5-piece luggage with him, and he was hoping you would hold things down. And so while he's living by himself, how's he eating? Them kids got to have somewhere to sleep at his house, because I assure you they're not coming to your house every weekend sleeping. He has to feed those kids when they're with him some kind of
and
way,
that's
even
you
if
with
it's
him.
Mickey Max. He has to do all those things. Now he's looking for convenience. It's not only that you're going to help be an extra paycheck and take that damn load off of them child support payments, but also now he gets to have somebody wash his clothes, fold his underwear. You got somebody to feed him every night, making sure. And then he's on the other side of the bed, wrapped up in the fucking sheets. And he done got
And
what
wanting to
he got,
roll over and
snoring and
hunch
shit.
every damn
Girl,
time.
yeah, that's right. Listen,
Want to
that
roll over
no,
and hunch
listen.
after I done did all of that work.
Forget about the roommate
Child,
with benefits. Whatever.
listen. All right, ladies.
Mm-mm.
Let's wrap this
All
up.
right. Okay.
Liz, niece, I hope this helped you. All our nieces
Good,
and
good, good.
nephews out there, if you need some
It was good.
advice, feel free to reach out to us. As you can see, we are raw and direct, but we are coming from a place of love. So email us at 3auntiesandamic at gmail.com. You can DM us at 3auntiesandamic on any social media platform. The three is spelled out THREE. Um, if you're new here, don't be a stranger. Like us, subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode. Subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to your favorite streaming platform. For those that are our nieces and nephews, it's been hanging with us. We are in season 3. Thank y'all for following us and staying, connected with us. We love you. Bookworm weekday, as always. Thank you, ladies. All right, until next time. Peace and love.
We love you, nieces and nephews.
Smooches.